Hi, and welcome to What's the Tea in L&E. I'm Leah.
I'm Fred.
Now, Fred, I saw that President Trump issued a memo that mainly applies to federal workers, but basically says that it's okay for employees to proselytize in the workplace. Tell me about this.
Okay, so the memo is, proselytizing at work means basically sharing your religious beliefs. And so the purpose of the executive order is to clarify that employees in the federal government are free to share their religious beliefs, and that can include inviting someone to a church service or sharing their beliefs and offering to explain more about it or something along those lines.
So polite discussion about religious beliefs is okay.
Right.
And there, I feel like it's never as bright lined and easy as that, right? I mean, I've had investigations for employers in the workplace where employees have, not just put up nativity sets on their desks, but, statues and things like that. Or I had a situation where an employee was on a break room TV was always playing religious services. So when does it become too much for where other employees feel uncomfortable? Like, when can an employer say, look, this is enough is enough. This is too much for the workplace?
Yeah, I think not much has changed on that front. I think according to the executive order, where you draw the line would be if you had an employee who was sharing their religious beliefs, and the recipient of that conversation made it clear that they did not want to engage in that conversation. They weren't comfortable with the conversation, and that employee continued along that path. At that point, I think it would become harassing behavior and over the line.
So harassment, maybe, right? Okay to have
Yeah.
polite discussion, but harassment goes too far. And as a reminder, the definition of harassment is generally unwelcome and offensive conduct that is severe or pervasive. Some states have dropped that severe or pervasive standard, so be mindful of that. But as Fred said, pervasive could be consistently being, invasive into someone's religious beliefs, or perhaps something severe could be an employee who hangs a poster on their desk that says, anyone who has an abortion is a murderer, or something like that. That could be severely offensive to a number of employees and to the objective person. Okay, so if not much has changed legally, but we do have to be somewhat mindful, right? Because the EEOC, which enforces Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, it would probably maybe fall more in line with what Trump's memo is saying now.
Yeah, I would think so. And I think one of the takeaways for employers is that to be mindful of employees may feel emboldened to share their political beliefs in this current environment, and their support with in the administration, the EEOC, for them to do that, to have that freedom, and they may feel that their employers may want to give them that freedom and be mindful before they discipline someone for sharing their religious beliefs.
Which also reminds us that you should train your managers on this understanding, right? The distinction between polite discussion and harassing behavior or invasive questions or offensive conduct. So until next time, that's what's the tea. Thanks for joining us.